welcome to Class Dismissed, brought to you by Freedom Project Academy. So here's what we're talking about today. A woman spends $250,000 on a philosophy degree and now can't get paid to think. College professors are reading out loud to Gen Z students. Some say jobs themselves are becoming obsolete. And wait until you see what a bungee class really looks like. But let's start by discussing a 27-year-old who says that she can't spell, despite having a bachelor's degree. Yes, 27-year-old. I don't know if she can spell bachelor's degree, but apparently she has one. And I think this is pretty common with the Gen Z generation and even, unfortunately, my own millennial generation, I must admit. They can't spell because why would they need to? If you have everything at your disposal right here on this lovely device they call a laptop or at the fingertips on a cell phone, why would you even need to be able to spell even computer? That's as simple as something that who cares about anymore?
Yeah, I mean, kids are growing up on devices nowadays, and they handwrite very little. Cursive writing, for example, something that we actually teach here in our academy is gone to the wayside. And so kids aren't learning how to spell because they can type, and then there's the spell checker tools, and so they don't have to think about it anymore. It's done for them. And
we actually have visual imagery and sound coming out of this lady's mouth, but you won't see her write anything because remember, she can't spell. So let's take a look at actually what she had to say about how she cannot spell.
I'm 27 years old in a corporate job and I do not know how to spell. Okay? Because I'm from the generation where I'm in 5th grade and I had a laptop with Spellcheck on it. That's ridiculous. So now I'm 27 years old, listening to podcasts on how to sound out words and how to spell, because I don't know how. Mind you, I'm educated. I have a bachelor's and I cannot spell. Ask me how to spell any word. I can't do it. I cannot do it. And if I can't spell, I know my little sisters who are a generation behind me, they can't spell either.
The thing is, like, she says it in such a way that I kept going back from like, oh, that's so bad that you can't spell. Oh, wait, are you kind of almost proud that you can't spell? Oh, no, now I feel bad again. Like, I don't actually know how to interpret her. I mean, she's obviously doing this for the audience.
It doesn't help that she's also whispering. Like,
yeah, it's a little dramatic, like, ah.
Well,
but
she doesn't want people to know that she can't spell, but she's going to post on TikTok that she can't spell. Also, I think she got her eyebrows done prior to this video. I've got to say, like, she kind of planned this out in my mind.
She was ready for it. She knew. Yeah, I have students who can't spell. And the thing is, some of them are very aware that they can't spell. And so I'm like, there's the dictionary, go use it. And they do. But I have other students who, yeah, I can't spell, kind of the who cares attitude because of being able to just use Google and search for it. But if you can't spell even the simplest of words, write, W-R-I-T-E, that version of write versus R-I-G-H-T, right. And I have high schoolers who can't.
It's probably safe to say there are no longer spelling bees in schools. I remember my 6th grade spelling bee, I got out on the word uncouth.
That would be like a college word now.
U-N-C-O-U-T-H. I added an E.
Ooh.
How many college students could actually spell that word?
Right, exactly.
Well, we did have a spelling bee, and the winning word was avocado. Won by a 6th grader.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's good.
That's the year.
We actually had here at FPA, we have, placement screenings and tests for all the students that come in. And interestingly enough, a 5th grader coming in this year took one of our placement exams with the multiple choice, did very, very well.
Okay.
So it was not a question of intelligence. And we also have a writing section. I think it's describe, one of the prompts would be describe your favorite sandwich, how to make your favorite sandwich. And the student did so. And it was coherent, but very hard to read because the spelling was so off. So it wasn't a matter of intelligence. In talking with the parent, I said, can I just take a guess here for a second? The prior school, your daughter was just on a Chromebook all day? And lo and behold, she said, how did you know that?
My detective skills.
Yeah, my detective skills of she's clearly intelligent, but can't figure out how to spell. So we see it here all the time.
Oh, wow. Well, here's a question. After students get out of high school where they should have been able to spell, maybe they go on to college and they decide, I'm going to major in pick a major. Unfortunately, this generation is picking majors that they come out of college not being able to get a job at all, including one woman who says she paid over $250,000 on a philosophy degree and no one wants to pay her for her thoughts.
I just spent over $250,000 on a degree in philosophy, and I didn't realize that there were not jobs for that. Like, no one is willing to pay me to sit in an apple orchard. No one is willing to pay me for my thoughts on what things do when they move.
Okay, so here's the thing. I've watched this video many a time, and I'm not altogether sure it's not just like a satire. But even if it is, you can find, if that's satire, there are at least 100 more out there on TikTok or wherever who legitimately are making this cry video that they spent, insert hundreds of thousands of dollars on said degree, and they cannot find a job to do what they thought they were going to get a degree in so they could do it for the rest of their lives.
You know what immediately comes to mind when I see that video? The statue of the thinker. And the street performers who pose as statues probably will make more money than this woman who has a bachelor's degree, because they can pose as the thinker.
And they get paid for actually not talking.
Did you also notice a song that was playing very discreetly in the background?
It's too late.
Too late to apologize.
So that's why
I thought it was just perfect.
That was my favorite part of this. And I was thinking to myself, the thinker, is she consciously trying to forgive or apologize to herself for getting a useless degree? I mean, top 3 useless degrees. Gender studies, interpretive dance, and philosophy. I mean, got to be top 3.
And what do you get? A lot of people coming out of the University of California system. But anyway.
But here's my other thoughts on this. Is she subconsciously trying to apologize to her parents for wasting all of their money on this degree? Or is she subliminally trying to apologize to the U.S. taxpayers for guaranteeing that $250,000 loan?
See, and these are the questions. Whew, we got to think on that one. Maybe it's a little of everything.
I think it
with her degree, we should ask her. She's got a philosophy degree, so hopefully she should be able to figure this out. Now, we know that students coming out of college are ill-prepared, while students going into college are ill-prepared as well. And we have Generation Z students who are so unprepared that coddling is needed. Not cuddling, but maybe. But coddling is definitely needed by the professors.
Yeah, so what do we think of when we hear the term read aloud a story to a child? What age roughly?
Elementary.
Yeah, early childhood, elementary age kids.
Yeah.
Kids who are learning to read, right? They can't read it independently on their own. So we read to them. We read with them. We explain things as we're reading. This is what's happening in freshmen, sophomores, juniors, and seniors in college now. They're being read to by their professors because they can't read the page themselves. They don't understand the words, not let alone think analytically about it. They can't even read it for comprehension purposes. It's crazy.
We've definitely come to the point where we've, for lack of a better word, dumbed it down so much that we are going all the way back to kindergarten or all the way back to, pre-K levels. And the fact that professors, and it's across the nation, at different universities who are being like, we're not even at the point where I can hand them the story, that I actually have to read it and interpret it to them.
I'm going to be totally honest. When I first read that, I think my brain just told me that it was cuddling. I think it's almost appropriate. Yes, the professors are cuddling and insulating and safe space their students by reading aloud to them. So yeah, I'll admit to that. I thought it was cuddling.
You did.
Yeah.
Well, and it is probably true. But within this story, the article, it talked actually about a study from YouGov and how it indicated that almost half of Americans did not crack open a single book last year in 2025.
It's just crazy. Not even fine. It doesn't have to be like a studious book or, like a textbook or something, but even like just a book that they would enjoy reading, they still didn't even like crack open a book. And I blame I blame social media and TikTok videos. I think it really like cut down their attention span, that they can't focus on anything longer than probably 30 seconds.
I'm sorry, what? I missed that. I was sorry. Yeah, it's absolutely true. And so like when you sit down at night, I know I have this problem. It's like, okay, I could read a chapter from my book, or I could just scroll on
doom scroll,
whatever. Which one do I choose? And the fact that, I mean, I was bitter at myself for not achieving my reading goal of last year, but it's a new year, new me. And the fact that half of Americans haven't even cracked open a book, one little book, that hurts.
Yeah, what's the typical character count for most social media posts now? Maybe 100, 150? So they're reading, tweets or whatever we call it, X, posts on X. They're watching video-laden content, and it doesn't require a lot of thinking or processing. And so it's just transmitting from actually doing something that requires you to comprehend, to think, to make sense of, to just, we're just taking information and filling our brains with it. And it's just really, like you said, it's really dumbing us down.
Well, and on top of that, if you're talking about like they're putting posts, they don't have to spell, right? We know we can't spell. So if you don't have to spell, then you don't need as many characters anymore. And if you're not reading a book, then you're not actually seeing how words are spelled, and your attention spans are going down. You see how this is kind of all, I don't know, going together?
And if you add AI, they don't even have to write it themselves. They just use AI to create everything.
I mean, absolutely. And we know all about AI. And with AI technology, it continues to move faster and faster and faster. And it's moving so fast that maybe we just don't even need to do anything in terms of work anymore because, hey, now we have AI. Isn't that a scary thought?
I don't know. Could I call an AI HVAC guy?
Huh? Oh, AI. It's a bot. It can't get out there and have anyone physically do the work for you. But let's take a look at this video all about, maybe the future, you don't have to work.
AI is taking over, and I keep reading it every almost day in the paper. There's another story about the jobs are being taken. First it was the blue-collar jobs, and now it's the white-collar jobs. Those jobs are going away too. AI can do almost everything. Maybe having jobs itself is a past paradigm.
Exactly. Yeah.
It is?
Yeah.
But what replaces it? How do you get money to buy food? I mean, I'm all for throwing the past away if it's, but what?
Universal basic income, that's what we need.
So that's giving people money.
Yeah. I think it's
what do they do all day
to
make themselves feel worthy of something?
This is the great challenge of the future. John Maynard Keynes, the British economist, in 1930, he published an essay saying that we're going to have a 15-hour work week in 2030. This has been predicted many times. Isaac Asimov in the 1950s.
A 30-hour work week.
No, 15. 15. That the great challenge of the future was going to be boredom, right? This was always, I think, the goal of capitalism, that the machines would become so productive that we could finally figure out what life is really about.
Okay, I'm sorry. Welcome to the Matrix.
Yep.
Right? AI taking over. It's like you will own nothing and be happy.
Yeah.
It's more like you won't work at all and be unhappy.
Boredom is all over. Can I have my rations, please? That's what this is.
Right.
Like if Bill Maher is even like, wait, what? What's happening? You got to take a step back and pause on the topic. And with that, I don't know, that other gentleman who was talking about the universal basic income basically just admitted that, humans are unnecessary for, I guess, anything but to, sit and be bored? That's what we're going to do? And at least he calls a spade when it's like, what's the purpose of life then? Mm-hmm. What is the purpose of life if that is the future that you claim we're going toward?
Where I see this heading, Ray Bradbury predicted it when he wrote There Will Come Soft Rains. And that's when we live in a generation where technology survives and advances and lives beyond us as humans. The story, if you're not familiar with it, is about this smart house that essentially
That's
did
what it's
everything.
called? Okay.
Yeah, it does.
Thank
it does
you for giving
everything.
me the title. It's been in my head since I was in 7th grade.
And so it'll cook the food, it'll clean, self-clean.
Yeah.
And this is in a post-apocalyptic setting where the people have all been gone. They've burned, they've died, and this house continues to function on its own, by itself. And that's where we're headed, is we have so many advances now with AI and some of these other technology pieces that life will continue. Life, as we know it, as individuals, will no longer be life when we're gone. It'll be a different life, right? One that's manufactured by machines and artificial intelligence and things that are non-human. That's kind of scary.
I always think about the humanity of just the topic here of like work. Well, who instituted work? It's a God-ordained institution. Right away in the garden, before Adam and Eve even fell, right? Before the fall, God has him name all the animals and tend the garden. And so now we're trying to strip that out too of humanity and get to this post-apocalyptic non-human world that, you know, Dave's talking about here.
Has anyone seen that Disney movie, Smart House? Mm-mm. There's a Disney movie back when like Disney did those original movies on their Disney Channel, and they made one where it was like a smart house and the family won the house and they lived in it. And then the lady who ran the house went like crazy psycho and like ruined it, was very controlling. So I'm thinking a lot of people have not seen that movie because it terrified me as a kid.
We're not going to have that one.
Like she would like lock the doors. They couldn't leave. Like it was because they weren't listening to her.
Was bored? Is that
maybe?
Yeah, maybe. See, Walt knew it all along. I'm just so happy that you gave me a title to that story because I've been. I know exactly where I was when I read that story. There will come soft rains. And I was like, I know it's a short story. I know what happens in it, but I had no idea what the title or who it was by. So thank you. This has been very insightful for me. And now I'm still terrified that AI is taking over the entire world.
I really think it is the Matrix. Don't you? and you know, Casey's talking about how, you know, that story, that Disney movie like freaked her out. Have you ever seen The Matrix?
Nah.
Okay. Admittedly, I saw it like
out.
one time. Red and blue. That's I don't know.
I've never seen
Red and blue.
So isn't that?
Oh, well, put this on your list too.
Okay, I'll mark this one down of a thing. But and the more we go this direction of us relying on AI, I feel, you know, like the scarier it gets out there. Mm-hmm. And so it makes, but at the same time, there's going to be that boomerang because when people all of a sudden see, wait a minute, if AI is taking over, no, I want the control. Like there might be that boomerang coming back where they go off the grid and just homestead everything. And then it'll be amazing. And maybe we will return to a world, not post-apocalyptic, but like go back to the olden days.
Isn't Elon Musk trying to make robots where they like, you know, it's like the Jetsons where they have the maid and it just goes around your house and everything and does everything for you?
Sure.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah,
I was promised
he's also trying to put like a brain chip into you and everything
ago.
like that, things like that. But I'm pretty sure he's trying to do that.
Well, okay, that's another terrifying thing. So if you guys want to sleep tonight, good luck to you. I will be crying in a corner somewhere. At least I won't be bored, though. That's a good thing. All right, so instead of talking about AI, let's talk about, you know, getting physically fit. Because we're all about that. If we're going to be not working anymore and we have a 15-hour work week, we need activities. Mm-hmm.
It's a new year, new goal.
What fun stuff you got for us?
You know, and even though it's February, like you could still make new resolutions here in February and moving on. And maybe you want to work out a little, but have it be fun. So you take a bungee class. That sounds like fun. All right, so
that doesn't look too bad.
I mean,
I'm with her.
You're hooked into a contraption, a bungee cord basically, that's from the ceiling. And if you fall, you only fall about a foot.
See, that looks
or something.
Like,
that would be me.
Synchronized dancing?
It's kind of, it looks synchronized, but oh geez.
The
issue, gentlemen, you might have some issues, gentlemen.
No.
I wasn't going to have
actually,
that.
I mean, woo! And you can do a high kick, and you can.
I feel like they have to sign a disclaimer that they're not going to sue.
Oh, she just kicked that lady.
Yeah. I mean, this
but
could
she's
be
smiling.
Injury.
She had fun doing it.
Upon injury.
I'm sure you have to sign a bunch of waivers for this. Because, I mean, I feel like...
Oh, yeah, that would be me. I'd be flying.
Between people kicking each other, they might kick the wall, the floor, I don't know. It seems like it could be... But girls just want to have fun, so that's something. I've never taken one of the courses. I don't know that I ever would. But I would want to go in that just to be like, I'm Peter Pan, I'm flying.
I think I'll stick to the elliptical.
Okay, first we had yoga. Then we had hot yoga.
Oh, yes.
Then we had goat yoga.
Hey.
And now we've
yoga.
got bungee class? I mean, how far are we going to go here? I actually think that this whole thing is for the millennial soccer moms. I'm not going to call them Karens because boomers are Karens. I'm going to call them the millennial Melissas.
Ooh,
and
millennial
because they grew
Melissa.
up watching Titanic, and so they just fly around and they think they're Rose. Near, far, and they're just flying around. That's all they're doing, just flying around on this bungee cord. I really think the millennial Melissas are really into this.
Well, I mean, it does look like it would be.
It does look like a lot of fun.
But it does look like millennial Melissas. He's not
Yes.
wrh
Yes.
I do. Hiya! It's just the way they kick. It's. I'm saying if you paid me, I would go. If you paid me, I would go.
Full disclosure, so we have like these study groups here at FPA, and Casey and I run the junior and freshman one, and we show them a little bit of this bungee one. I don't think it was this exact video, and some of our students here, their responses were, "Oh no, so weird," and then
So weird.
one student, to her credit, she's like, "Shouldn't they be wearing helmets?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "That's a great point."
That's amazing. I want to know how long you
my
were
goodness, right
tethered
there.
into that thing. What if you need to use the restroom? I'm just saying it could happen. Are you like
Just gonna have to wait.
And
capable
what is
of
the
getting
actual
out
health
of it?
benefit to it? It just seems like they're. I mean,
Well,
they're
you could get your
moving.
heart that right there.
Right
what they're
there.
doing.
Yeah, the squats
Where
and the
the lady's
push-ups.
like, I'm not doing
Easier
that.
burpee. I mean, if you want to
That
do
is
a burpee, do a
The
burpee.
light burpee. Yeah, you could.
Running and jumping.
Yeah.
The suspension would help with the burpee.
I wonder if there's probably degrees of like how
This
many
was my
bungees
favorite
are
one.
on there. So you get
Yeah.
more assistance or less
I
assistance if
suppose.
you're more advanced. Or there's that guy who clearly was put in there.
He
a little
got
too
talked
tight.
into that by his wife. Let's be honest. There's no way a man would do
Wife or like new girlfriend. 'Cause
that. Yeah,
I feel like you're
that's
more
true.
likely
That's
to
true.
do that at that.
Can you imagine if
isn't
that was a first date? Hey, let's go do this bungee cord.
it? We're gonna do
You got
bungee.
posted on
let's see.
TikTok.
No second date.
No, and we're done with that one. All right, well, as we head toward the end of the show, we want to take a few minutes to revisit the poll question that we featured last week on classdismissed.tv. In the question, we asked if you could get a free all-day pass to just one amusement park, where would you go? And here were your options: Disney World, Universal Studios, Disneyland, or Six Flags Great America. Well, here's what you all said. It was Universal Studios in first place. I voted for
clearly
that.
see
So,
who you voted for.
you know, well, with 39%, we had Disney World at 28%. Six Flags Great America got a little shout out at 24%. And sorry, Disneyland, all of you in California,
Yeah.
only 9% I should say, of you decided that's the place for me. Now, panel, or should I say losers, where did you pick? Because I know it wasn't Universal.
Mine was Disney World, but I'm biased. I got married there in '96.
That's okay. Bias it. Fine. Fine.
How many times have you gone back since '96?
Probably 10.
10 times? Wow. Wowzers.
Yeah.
He likes the mouse house. All
I
right.
do.
High five for Six Flags.
Yes.
That's right.
okay.
That's what I picked.
Ride those roller coasters. I've gone to
Yes.
Universal, and yeah, no amount of Dramamine was bringing me back from those virtual rides. No way. It's got to be an actual roller coaster.
Hey, now.
I just
like
think Six Flags has more rides,
it. Okay.
more excitement.
More, ooh.
I would definitely will say Disneyland deserves to be fourth.
Yes, it's in California.
It's too small. It's basically
How many
Disney-
times have you been to Disneyland?
0.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Zing.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Okay. That
He
surprised me.
World.
Definitely Disney World. Yep.
Okay.
And the one time I went to Six Flags, I rode Shockwave, and I thought I was going to fly out
yeah.
of the cart, so that's why I didn't vote for
Well,
that
they don't
one.
have it anymore.
Oh, is it gone now?
I think that because of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was fun. I do love Great America. Six Flags Great America. That's the one that we went to. But there's all the other Six Flags. Right. So awesome. All right. Well, hey, thank you so much for spending part of your day with us on Class Dismissed. And if you enjoyed the show, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, or you could follow the podcast on Apple and Spotify. You'll find all the links at classdismissed.tv. We'll be right back here in these seats next Tuesday with another great conversation. Now for Dave, Jim, Casey, and myself, have a great week. And until we see each other again, Class Dismissed.